Sarah. I work in environmental education with Wake County Waste Management Division. And today I'm at the South Wake Landfill in Apex, North Carolina, where I'm going to take you on a virtual tour to find out what happens to our trash. First stop, the scale house.
The South Wake Landfill is a publicly owned municipal solid waste landfill. Since it opened in 2008, it has been the primary waste disposal method for Wake County residents and businesses. That's over 1 million people's trash. The landfill receives over 500,000 tons of trash each year. Around 150 trucks visit the landfill each day, bringing trash from all the towns and cities in Wake County. When the trucks arrive at the landfill, their first stop is the scale house. This is where all the trucks are checked in and weighed. Inside the scale house, attendants are busy at work weighing in the trucks. They use specialized equipment and computers to read the scales, record the weights, and track where the trucks come from. There are inbound scales to record the weights of full trucks coming in, and outbound scales to record the weights of empty trucks going out.
That's up to around 1,700 tons of trash going in the landfill each day. That's about the same weight as 1,700 giraffes. Let's follow the trucks to see where they go next.
The South Wake Landfill was designed to last 25 years. It's about halfway through its development and is currently about 90 acres in size. That's about the same size as 70 football fields already. Landfills, as the name suggests, require a lot of land. The South Wake Landfill, when fully developed, will cover about 180 acres of land. When full, it will reach a height of 100 feet above ground level. That's about the same height as a blue whale or 3 school buses stood end to end. The South Wake Landfill is located on a larger property, over 750 acres in size. That's because as well as the space needed to bury trash, landfills also need more land to manage the effects of the trash on the environment. More to come on that.
Now I'm over on the working face, joined by Seth. Seth manages the daily operations at the landfill. Seth, can you describe what is happening here on the working face?
So to start with, we've got different types of dump trucks and trash trucks that bring the waste into the landfill. You've got residential loaders. They typically pick up from houses and communities. You've also got walking floor trailers. Those come from the transfer station. The walking floor trailers have 18 slats on the bottom that are hydraulically activated, and they push the trash out of the back. It takes about 12 minutes per load to push all the trash out of the back of a walking floor trailer. Once the waste exits the back of the truck, it's picked up by a bulldozer. The bulldozer carries it to the compactor. It's the compactor's job to spread the waste and compact it into place. It places the waste where they need it to be in order to build the lift, and it compacts it into place. Once there, the compactor runs over it in between 4 to 6 passes for optimal compaction.
The compactor is an articulating machine with metal wheels that's designed to smash the trash. The wheels have metal cleats on them, designed to break the trash up. The compactor is operated by an operator in the cab using joysticks. He can move the compactor forwards and backwards and turn it from side to side. The compactor is designed to take as much trash and compact it into as small a space as possible, extending the life of the site. The compactor weighs an astounding 120,000 pounds, or approximately 60 tons. The blade of the compactor is designed to spread trash evenly into 2-foot thick sections to allow the wheels to compact it. The compactor is also equipped with GPS. The GPS helps us track our elevation. It tells us where we are in relation to where we need to be.
Now I'm next to a brand new section of landfill, or a cell as it is also called. The ground under a landfill has to be carefully prepared before it is ready to receive trash. Now let's hear from Roy. Roy manages projects at the landfill, like developing new cells.
Thank you, Sarah. Today we're at the Phase 2B cell of our South Wake Landfill project, and we're going to cover talking about the different liners that makes up the base of a landfill. So the importance of the liner system is basically to protect all the groundwater that's either around or underneath the landfill. So you want to start with a good compacted soil underneath. Normally this is built with dirt and a clay base. Then we're going to lay down a GCL, which is a geomembrane clay liner that comes out. They put it together, it's welded together, and it is there to act as a catch basin for anything that maybe penetrates through. So the liner system is made of geomembranes, and those are primarily made of an HDPE plastic. On top of that, we'll lay down a geomembrane textile type of material, and then after that, we'll add some sand or rock, and that's normally where the leachate pipes have been strategically planned and placed to collect leachate. You may be asking yourself, what is leachate? And I'll get to that in just a second. After the pipes are all placed, we add another layer of a geomembrane textile covering, some more sand, and then we add the dirt and the trash comes on top of that. Now leachate is a material that's basically made of two constituents. One is rainwater, and the other is any type of liquid that goes into the landfill. This can range from your water in the food that you have, organic, or you put in the trash bag at your house, it ends up coming here, to any type of chemicals that you may leave in a bottle that you don't recycle, it ends up in your trash can, also ends here. These chemicals, these types of liquids, they all penetrate through the top of the landfill garbage and end up making their way to the bottom of the landfill, which is the purpose of the landfill liner system. From there, it's collected in the leachate pipes. We pull it or pump it to either our own collection facility, collection tanks, and then it is either treated and sent to a wastewater treatment facility plant or pumped and hauled to a wastewater treatment facility plant. The South Wake landfill currently generates about 10,000 gallons of leachate per day. In just 5 years, where I am currently standing will be covered in a couple million tons of trash. The bottom of the sill will also be filling with leachate, adding to the 10,000 gallons per day of leachate already being produced at the landfill.
Let's find out where it all goes next.
It gets piped here to a 500,000 gallon leachate tank. This is where the leachate is stored and pre-treated to get it ready before it is piped out to a wastewater treatment plant off-site. Leachate is not the only potentially harmful product produced by landfilling trash. Municipal solid waste landfills like this one also produce landfill gas.
Landfill gas is a natural product of decaying or the breaking down and rotting of organic material in a landfill. Organic material is anything that was once living. Much of what we use and then throw away, around 70% of household trash, is organic, meaning it once came from living things, such as the food we grew to eat. The gas is collected in these wells. Wells are pipes that go all the way down into the trash. This landfill has about 80 gas wells collecting landfill gas. Landfill gas is made up of different natural gases, mostly carbon dioxide and methane. They are also called greenhouse gases because they act like a greenhouse, trapping the heat energy from the sun inside. Methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas, around 30 times better at trapping heat than carbon dioxide. Landfills like this one are the third largest source of methane produced by human activities, and they could add to environmental problems if left unmanaged.
Lee here manages the landfill gas collection and control system to make sure methane is not escaping into the air. Lee, can you tell us how we collect and control the landfill gas at this landfill?
So we collect the gas from the wellheads that are behind us through a series of pipes. We use blowers to collect the landfill gas. There's a vacuum side to the blowers as well as a pressure side. The vacuum side on the blowers are the side that actually pulls the gas out of the hill, and then when it goes through the blowers, it pushes the gas down the pipeline or into the flare. So after the gas goes through the blowers, it has an opportunity to either go up to the flare to be destroyed, and it must be destroyed by permit, or we can send it in a pipeline to an end user.
Now we're over at the landfill gas to energy plant. Let's go inside and take a look at what is happening. Al, can you explain what takes place in the control room and why there are so many computers in here?
We are monitoring all the engines. We can monitor the gas, we can monitor all the data, the parameters that the engines are running at. If you look at this screen, we're producing 6.2 megawatts, approximately 6.3.
The engines used in the gas-to-energy plant to create electricity are diesel 6-cylinder motors. These vintage 1960s diesel motors once powered 18-wheeler trucks and were found from salvage yards across the country. When the motors are rebuilt, they are reconstructed to run on 98% landfill gas and 2% diesel fuel once the motor reconstruction is complete. Instead of the engine being attached to an axle turning the rear wheels like it would be on an 18-wheeler truck, it is attached to a generator which creates electricity when the motor is running and spinning. Currently, there are 30 engines that turn landfill gas into energy, with the capacity to generate up to 7.5 megawatts of power. This model of using smaller diesel engines is scalable. The fuel source or the landfill gas does not go to waste, and it meets our growing needs. This power is transferred to the power lines outside of the plant and distributed to the local power grid, where the electrons get consumed by the public in places like local shopping centers, schools, businesses, homes, and hospitals. Each megawatt of power can supply around 1,000 homes with energy during peak demand and up to 2,000 homes off-peak.
The 7.5 megawatts of energy made from landfill gas is being fed into the local energy grid right here. 7.5 megawatts is enough energy to power about 15,000 homes off-peak.
When the South Wake landfill is full, we will need to find somewhere else for our trash to go. This is not as simple as it sounds. Finding enough land for a landfill is only half the challenge. Landfills are heavily regulated under federal and state law. Permits are required from the state to build and operate a landfill in the US, and getting them is not easy. The South Wake landfill project took a lengthy 18 years to open. So the county is already busy planning now what to do when this one is full. Wake County commissioners and city and town leaders will have to decide how to dispose of our waste. The future waste disposal method for Wake County's growing waste needs has not yet been decided. But one thing we do know already is the trash will keep on coming.
Now I'm at the field office at the landfill. We're going to meet John Robertson, Director of Waste Management at Wake County, and we're going to learn how people affect the waste stream. John, we've learned about how much land you need to build a landfill, how long it can take to plan and manage a landfill, all the leachate and landfill gas that they make, and how people are making more and more trash every year. Is there anything people can do to help lessen their impact on the waste stream and their local environment?
Sure, there's lots of things folks can do. You know, as the triangle shows, it's reduce, reuse, and recycle. And as we work around that triangle, obviously if you can reduce the things you buy that may have to be thrown away, that's one way you can do it. Reuse, certainly, you know, if there's things that you can keep using a little bit longer or find somebody that can reuse it, that's certainly a way to keep it out of the landfill. And obviously in our group, we focus on the recycle piece, whether it's bottles, cans, metal in a lawnmower can go in our metal bins. There's a variety of things that you can do with things. And you know, when you think about your household hazardous waste, there's a place where we can take that material instead of it going in the landfill and be potentially causing problems at the landfill. Your electronics, your TVs, all that stuff we can recycle. A lot of these things that we generate at our homes that can be recycled, you have to go to our convenience centers, our multi-material facilities, or HHW, household hazardous waste facilities, take that. Many of you probably have curbside service as well for the recycling and trash. And then a lot of you have yard waste collection at your house at the curb if you live in a city in Wake County. And that's another way to get rid of material that's not supposed to go to the landfill. We also do offer a food waste program in the county. That food waste program is at 4 of our convenience centers where people can bring food waste they collect. And then finally, I guess one important thing to mention is much of the waste that you generate at your house can be recycled. We have a study that we did within the last couple of years that demonstrated close to 60% of the material we generate can be recycled in one form or fashion.
So there you have it. There is a lot we can do to reduce our impact on the local environment. Thank you for joining me on a tour of your local landfill to find out what happens to our trash.
If you are interested in learning more about any of the waste reduction, recycling, and composting programs available in Wake County, check them out online at wakegov.com/recycling.